up guys, it's Nick, and today I kind of found it interesting to share with you guys what I would usually spend during a work week as a 24-year-old trying to be a working adult living by myself here in the beautiful chaotic world of Metro Manila. So it's finally Friday, so I decided let me give you a rundown of what I've spent from Monday to Friday, which is now, and just give you an idea on how I kind of save up on certain things now that I'm 24, kind of living a more boring life but responsible life. Who doesn't want that? By now, I already know how I can budget my expenses throughout the week. So, hope you guys get some tips here and there on how you can live and thrive as a working adult here in Manila. So yeah, if you guys are interested, then let's get on to the video. So, Monday, the first thing that I spent on a Monday was going to work, and I usually ride my regular carpool and I just pay 50 pesos cash. And then for my breakfast, I didn't spend on that also because I usually have my breakfast at home. I made myself a ham and cheese omelette sandwich with wheat bread. It's kind of my favorite thing to cook at home. Next is for my lunch. I also didn't spend on that because nagbaon ako ng sarili kong food. I cooked my lunch on a Sunday. What do you call that? It's like a ginataang kangkong with giniling, and then I put pineapple on it to make it a little bit sweeter. So that's usually like one of my favorite things to make because it has like veggies, it has meat, it has gata. It has pineapple because I love pineapple. So I know some of you guys are like, you're weird, you like pineapple in your food, but I love it. So I usually meal prep that so that I have lunch for my work week so that I don't get tempted to spend on my lunch outside. That's it. I don't spend on merienda. Since it's usually like a packed day, after lunch I usually don't get hungry anymore. Before I leave for work, I usually go to the gym, and when I go to the gym, I don't pay for that because it's a monthly subscription. And then going home, I also ride a regular carpool, which is also 50 pesos. Tuesday, so same thing on Tuesday, I rode my regular carpool to work, which is 50 pesos. And then for my breakfast at home, I had the same breakfast plus my Earl Grey milk tea that I make at home. For lunch, I also did not spend on lunch. I had leftover wings from the weekend, so I packed that along with brown rice. So going home, I also rode my regular carpool, which is also 50 pesos. So Wednesday, so this is where it gets a little bit different because going to work, I don't have a regular carpool every Wednesday because coding siya. I usually find another carpool, but on this day I wasn't able to get one, so I decided to take a Grab. Grab is like my last resort, but when I take a Grab, I usually take Grab Taxi because it's the cheapest, okay? So not everyone knows that Grab Taxi is like the easiest option. You get it much faster, it's the cheapest, so you know, it's a win-win. I spent 171 pesos going to work. By the way, also for my breakfast, I did not spend money because I ate at home, but I made French toast and sausage. For my lunch, I also did not spend for lunch because I ate my baon again. That same baon that I had because I meal prep it and then just put brown rice. That's it. In the afternoon, I had a meeting near my place where it's just walking distance. Going to my meeting, I rode like a company van, so I did not spend on that. So when I got to my meeting, going home, I just had to walk. I didn't need to spend going home since my meeting was already near my place. That night, I actually had a date with my boyfriend, so of course we had to spend on dinner. But that day, I kind of felt like not spending so much. Again, this was not planned. So that night, we ate in Mr. Kebab, and we usually split the bill. My share is 256 pesos. And then after that, we ate in Auntie Anne's for their yummy pretzels. I spent, my share for that is 76 pesos. So going home, my boyfriend dropped me going home, so I didn't have to spend money on that too. And then on a Thursday, this is again a different setup because I had a half day leave in the morning because I needed to apply for my visa for when I go to Germany this April. My parents picked me up actually because we were all going to the same place. For the actual visa application, I don't know if I should consider this because this is not a normal work week, but the visa application is 4,500 pesos, and of course I have to pay for that. And then after my visa application, I just had lunch at my place. I didn't want to eat lunch out and spend since I still have the lunch that I cooked at home. So I had that, so I ate that. Going to work, I don't have carpool at that certain time, so I had to take Grab, and I took Grab taxi again, which was 165 pesos. After work, going home, I rode my regular carpool, which is 50 pesos. Now we are on to the last work day, which is a Friday, which is today from, you know, when I'm filming this video. I rode my regular carpool again, which is 50 pesos going to work. And then during lunch, I had a lunch meeting, and at that lunch meeting, it was shouldered by the company, so I didn't have to spend on that. And then going home, I rode my regular carpool again, which was 50 pesos. On the way home, so usually on a Friday night, that's when I have the feels like I want to eat something. Just so you know, I haven't been mentioning that I'm eating dinner, so I usually skip dinner. So I usually go to the gym after work, and then after work, that's when I go home. I kind of train myself not to get hungry anymore after I go to the gym. That's why I usually have like a heavy breakfast or a heavy lunch meal with me. Like, I'm a heavy eater, okay, but I eat like the good stuff. Like for lunch, I have like vegetables and brown rice, and then like the meat that I like. So anyway, going back to a Friday night, so that's when I kind of have the feels. I kind of want to enjoy, want to eat something yummy that I'm craving for. So while I was on my way home riding my carpool, I was like, I'm really craving for Taters popcorn. That's my favorite. Why am I tongue like this? It's so annoying. And when I order Taters, it's like the big family pack, as if I have a family when I'm living by myself. So for Taters, I spent 129 pesos. You know, it sounds so boring, like I don't go out, like I usually like go to work, you know, eat my baon, go home. But honestly, makes me happy going through this list because I didn't really spend that much. So let me just total this. So if I'm gonna take out the visa application fee, which was 4,500 pesos in itself, the total would be 1,147 pesos that I spend on a normal work week. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of proud of that. It's kind of like how I would spend as a college student back in the day. I remember baon ko noon when I was in college was 1,200 or something, and I kind of still want to spend the same amount as I was in college. Almost 1,200 pesos. When you were studying, you were like, you know, when I start to work, I'm gonna like spend on this, I'm gonna splurge on this. And yet, I don't want to. I don't want to splurge my body. I'm so kuripot. So, just a rundown on like certain tips for you guys to consider if you guys are looking into just, you know, tightening the budget during your work week. So first, definitely is finding a carpool mate or finding a regular carpool, and find a way to always meet the schedule of your carpool. Second is try to cook your baon at home so that you can, you know, bring that baon with you during work and just eat that during lunch, because ang mahal kumain sa labas, especially if you do it every single day. Of course, once in a while, sometimes I would eat breakfast outside, or sometimes I wasn't able to cook, so I would eat lunch outside. But those are the very rare cases. Number 3 is mag-diet ka. De joke lang. One of the reasons why I don't eat dinner is that kind of makes me not want to buy dinner outside anymore. It's like, I'm not starving myself. I've just got used to not eating dinner. I usually just eat heavy breakfast and lunch, which has been fine with me. So usually at home, if I'm really like super hungry, I just eat like a granola bar, a piece of bread, or like I eat peanut. So for me, that's usually fine as long as I don't skip my first 2 meals of the day. I personally love food, okay? Like on weekends, it's a different story. I splurge on food, I buy what I want. But yeah, we're talking about the work week, so it's different. 4 is just, I think I really just think about a long-term plan that I have that I need to save up money for. So for example, like as I mentioned, I have this trip to Germany in April. So I kind of want to save up money for that. So I have like pocket money. I'll be able to pay for the rest of my plane ticket. So which is kind of a lot of money. So every time I think about like, okay, should I spend on this? I kind of really have to think about it first, because the amount that I'm spending for this could just be saved up for my long-term plan, which is my trip to Germany. So, pag nagtitipid ka, think about why. Bakit ka nga ba nagtitipid? Because if you don't have like a specific why you are trying to like reduce your gastos, then you will be successful. Kasi eventually be like, okay lang yan, milk tea ulit, okay lang yan, Starbucks ulit, diba? It's gonna make you just brush it off. It's not bad to once in a while give in to your cravings. Like me, masaya na ako sa Taters popcorn on a Friday night. Boring stuff. This outfit looks like I'm going out, but after this video, I'm just gonna sleep. Probably eat a little bit more of Taters because that's my Friday night life. Before this gets even more boring, I'll close off this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you are enjoying my videos. I hope you are. And I'll see you in my next video.